Welcome back to the dirty shop. That doesn't hold still for me. That's so cool. Welcome back to the dirty shop. And today we're going to try and build or in the next couple of days, I'm going to try and build an awning for my trailer. And I'm going to build it out of electrical conduit and a tarp I think I'll use for the awning portion of it. And I'll see if I can get a functional conduit and tarp awning that'll be fairly inexpensive and that most people will be able to do with minimal tools. A lot of the stuff that I build, I have big CNC machines and lathes and that sort of thing, and whereas it's cool to see stuff made on those, most people don't have that access. So I'm going to see what I can do with mostly hand tools and build a nice awning for the trailer.
Warning: this video may contain scenes of extreme untidiness. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do on this project is I'm going to make a couple plugs for the ends of my crossbar that I can, with a threaded hole in the middle of them. I'm going to use a lathe for this because I have it. I'm going to use a lathe and steel, but you could probably do this out of a chunk of wood, something like that. If you don't have that possibility or have a shop make it for you, it should be fairly simple. Basically, I'm just going to cut off a couple of maybe 1.5 inch chunks of this or so, and then I'm going to hammer this into the make sure this is the right size, and I'm going to hammer it into the ends of the tube, and there'll be a threaded hole in the middle of it, and I can bolt that onto my uprights, and you'll see what I'm talking about here as I go along. I'm going to cut a couple chunks of this off. Okay, now that I've got my two plugs made, right? This one I'm just going to leave alone. It goes on one side, and the other side I'm going to use this pulley for like a belt pulley, and it fits nicely in the end of this pipe. You can see this end here goes right into the end of the pipe, which is really sweet, but I want that bolted on. So I'm going to have this inside the pipe further on this side than on the other side, and then the bolt's going to run out through the center of this pulley, but I also want to cut this down so it kind of fits nicely in the center of this and keep it straight on the thing. So I'm just going to step this down a little bit until I can fit it inside the end of this pulley. So, do the right tool. Let's see what we can do with this. Okay, so I went back and I tapered it in a little bit more angle on here so that it'll slide in the pipe easier, and I put a slot right here. That way, when I get it in there, I can take the hammer and I can peen down a couple of points that will fit into this slot and make it fit tight. Make sure it won't come out. Afterthought, that should work pretty good. There we go. So that's started. That should work. There we go, and this is the pulley that my rope will wrap around to draw it up. So I'm going to have my rope on this pulley like this, and it'll allow me to roll my thing up, but this can obviously be attached still. So I'm probably going to use like paracord, I think. So I'm using a piece of all thread to put these on here because I can tighten the nut down against this off the all thread, and then I can have another, and then have the stud sticking out, and my upright poles will go onto the stud, and I'll use a wing nut to hold them on. If you take a piece of all thread and you put two nuts on it, then they'll bind, and you can drive the nut, the all thread into whatever you're using, whatever you're doing. So next step here, I've got the crossbar basically finished, and now I'm going to make the telescopic legs that I want to use. Hopefully this will work. I got a 10-foot stick of 3/4 inch electrical conduit and a 10-foot stick of 1/2 inch. I'm going to cut them in half. I've drilled a 1/4 inch hole in the end of each of the 1/2 inch pieces, about a 1/2 inch down, and then I've drilled the same thing in these 3/4 inch pieces. Excuse me. And so these one of these ends will go down against the trailer, and I'll have an L bracket that will hold it, and then the other end is going to go up here and bolt onto this with the wing nut. So this, whichever end, probably the 1/2 inchers, will be up like this. They'll slide onto the bar like that, and then the wing nut will go on there to hold it on. These will be the arms that hold this out from the trailer. Sweet. I've got my U-channel, this piece of aluminum here, and there's a big solid beam right behind here. That's the main frame of the trailer. So I'll be able to put my self-tapping screw into that beam here, and the other side lines up with one of the upper vertical columns, and we'll also get this. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to use the self-tapping screw to hold it in. Now that I've got this set up so that it will clamp onto the trailer the way I want it to, a little floppy, but I think that the fabric being on it will help it a lot. I need to attach my fabric onto it. What I've got here is this old painter's drop cloth that I've had for a long time. I didn't use it for painting. I used it to cover some stuff up, or some Renaissance fair stuff or something where we were making a tent out of it. It's a little longer than my bar is. This is about 12 feet. My bar is obviously 10. I'm just going to leave that second 2 feet hanging over one end, and then I can fold it back in, and that way it'll hang down on the edge, kind of like a shade. And if I don't like it, I'll just cut it off and sew the edge over. But I need to attach this onto the bar so that when I roll the bar up, this will stay attached. So to do that, I could use screws and washers and just screw through it with washers to the bar, but I think they would tear out fairly quickly and wouldn't be very strong. So instead, I'm going to use this piece of aluminum that I've got, and this is a 10-foot piece of 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch aluminum. I would have preferred 1/8, but I didn't have any, so I'm going to use this, and I'm going to drill holes like every 6 inches or so down it, and then I'll put the fabric on there, and then I'll screw through this to the fabric, and then this will clamp the fabric all the way along, give me a lot stronger of a bond. So I got to get on to, I'm going to drill a whole bunch of holes through this, and then match them up to here, and then we'll clamp the whole thing together. I measured my bar here and put little marks at every 6 inch intervals, and then 2 inches off each end, so I'd have a nice little more strength on the ends. And I want the center of this bar now, and I know this bar is a 1/2 inch, so if I take my calipers here and I go to 0.25, which is 1/4 inch obviously, then I can touch the edge of it here. You probably saw me do this a little earlier. Touch the edge of it here, and I can run it along. It'll put a little scratch down the center of the bar at exactly half the width of the bar. That way now I'm drilling in the middle. So I'm just going to go along and mark it on every one of my marks so that I know where my edge is. It's just the tip of the caliper that's scratching it. Probably not the original design for it, but it works great for this. Well, we're moving right along here, and I've kind of tested it to see if it'll mostly work, and it's going to mostly work. It's going to be a little fiddly, but I think once it's like hung, it'll be nice. Unfortunately, the beams, of course, don't line up with my vertical uprights, so I had to make some holders for that 3/4 inch piece, and you'll see how it goes on here in a minute, that have a little bit of an ear on them. So the 3/4 inch bar is going to go on like this, and then these, I just put a nut on here that I've got tightened down so that it'll spin a little bit if I need to, but it doesn't really matter because this piece shouldn't spin a lot. And that's going to go right on there like that, and then this is going to screw to the trailer. And the other side, I made this one here with the same thing, so it'll mount that bar, and then the pulley that's on the other side of that will fit into this notch, and I'm going to maybe pin it in or something so that when it's stored, it'll sit right there. And hopefully this will work, and now I'd have to attach these on. Well, I tried to put my thing up, and it's really hard to get the legs up like one person. If you had two people, it'd be a really simple thing. But with one person, it's really hard because I need the legs to expand as I lift the thing up. So what I decided to do is I've got a set of these old tent poles with this floppy metal piece here, and You just put the two together like this, and it will lock at whatever position you put it in. So I'm just going to swipe these off of here and put them on my poles, and they should work. The time. There. There we go. It mostly works. Close to maxed out on these though. I think that this could actually be a little bit shorter. I might have to cut it off and make it shorter, because that's more awning than I need. And obviously there's no slope on it at all, so it's not going to shed any water. So I might need to shorten that up a little bit. It'll be a little less floppy too, because as it is, it's pretty floppy. It does work. I just need to get the rolly portion done. Well, there she is installed on the trailer. I've got these mounts up here I showed you earlier, and the only problem I have right now basically is that I can't take it off really easily, because this piece here, if you look, falling over. My stool fell down. Try that again. All right. So this piece here, you can see this is the bolt that goes through, and there's just that nut that I had sticking out into here. And so I can't get this off very easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this and make it spring loaded, so I can pull on the back here and pull that end out, and that way this will swing free and I can take the whole awning off. So here we go. Obviously this is not something that most people can make at home, but I've taken a piece of 3/4 inch steel which fits inside of this pipe. It's a little loose, but that's fine. It's not critical. And I've cut it down so the spring fits on it, right? So the spring will compress into that gap, right? With a little bit of room to spare, but it's fine. And now this is going to go through this hole. I've added an extra bolt here so that it holds together, and I've added a 3/4 inch hole right there. Right, so that goes in there, and when it compresses down, you can see that it will clear and allow you to pull the bar out. So now I just have to have this bolt. You can see I've flattened the washer here so it fits. And this bolt will thread in here. Basically, it goes over the screw that would normally be right here, and then when you want to pull your awning out, you just grab this, pull on it, and it'll pull the awning out. Okay, and obviously this can slide all the way into here, which is no good. So I've got a little spacer which will go right in there. I might need a slightly longer spacer. So I'm going to go install this on the trailer. Okay, crew, my awning is done. Basically, there's a couple little things that I want to change, but for the most part, it's done. And I'm going to show you how it comes out of the trailer, out of storage, and gets installed on the trailer, and then put out, and then I'm going to show you putting it away and putting it back into the trailer. Obviously, there's a couple things on here that I did on my machines at the shop. It was really hard for me not to use them if they're right there, and I could make the item I was after faster and easier, and probably better than if I was using hand tools. It doesn't mean I couldn't have done it, but basically all I used the main tools, the lathes for, was to make the plugs for the end of the rod and the little catch for this pull catch up here. But otherwise, it was all done with hand tools for this build. I've got my stool here so that I can reach the catch up there just a little easier. I'm on a slight slope here, and it makes it just a little hard to reach. You can see I'm just right at the limit. But otherwise, on flat ground, I'm able to do it, and it's pretty simple. So I'm going to pull the awning out of the trailer here and show you how to do it, how to install it in kind of like some fast motion. So here we go. There's the trailer, or the awning installed on the trailer in travel configuration. This is how I would leave it if I was going to travel up and down the road. The rope is stored in there on the side, and it's held up there with pins and the wing nuts. And there's a nice clip here that holds it on. that wraps around this pulley and locks it down. So that's the travel configuration. Now I'm going to pull it out like I'm going to use it and show you how it works there. So there it is, all installed. If it was going to be really windy, I would stake down these corners. I would just put a stake in these corners and tie them to the ground, and so that would give it a little more support. But for a non-windy day, this is perfect. Gives us some nice shade here near the front of the trailer. Eventually, I'm going to have to replace this fabric with something like Sunbrella or something waterproof and nice, because something that's going to withstand more sun. This is mostly just a prototype fabric, but it obviously does work just fine. Just a little droopy, and I could pull this tight and it helps a little bit. So that's the awning installed, ready to use. To put this awning away, it's just a reverse process. Here we go. Now you see what the rope is for. When I pull on this rope, it winds the awning onto the bar. I'm going to trade this out for some paracord, I think, something with a little more grip, something a little fatter, because this is a little bit hard to grip. So there it is, locked down, ready to travel. It's all tied on nicely, get multiple straps on it to hold it and make sure it doesn't fall off. Now I'm going to take it off the trailer and stow it away. And there it is, done deal. I hope that this showed you guys some good ideas for potentially making your own awnings. I'm sure that anything you build will be a little different from what I build. This is just some options, some ideas on how something could be built. And I'm sure I could do it better if I did it again, maybe, I don't know. But it works pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with it. So that's another project done, and I'm really excited to have a nice awning. So if we have to park in the sun now, we got some shade. Thank you for watching my videos. I do really appreciate it. Your support lets me know that I'm doing stuff that other people like to see, or that I might be helping some of you guys out. So until the next time, please check out one of my other videos and maybe hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on The Dirty Shop.